Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. It's like 6 in the morning right now, but that don't matter. Today, we're gonna try to piece together the lore of Polysonic Roleplay. Alright, we're gonna piece together some lore pieces, and you're gonna have to trust me on this one, because the lore gets absolutely insane. Alright, so we're gonna go back to Green Hill, alright? Hang on, let me turn down the music. So as I said, you're gonna have to go to Green Hill. You're gonna have to go to Green Hill to understand this. You're gonna have to go to Green Hill Town, and you're gonna want to go to the school, right? Right. Oh, it's a cafe, my bad. So now that you're at the cafe, you're gonna want to talk to Aaron, right? Now, if you ask him about the Badlands, he says, the Badlands, I've never been there myself, but I do remember a purple hedgehog talking about that place. Sadly, I don't remember his name. A purple hedgehog? Yeah, he's a scientist that came from another universe. I assume he said that he was curious about our world and wanted to learn more about it. I remember that he actually came here with his sister once. That's good to know. Oh, and if you talk to Amber, they mentioned that the sister is just, had white fur and was overweight, which is kind of mean, but yeah, right? But a purple hedgehog, they say. Now, guess what we see when we go to the teleport? Look at this. Apparently, he was like a scientist with a laboratory. Now, look at this. Tyrone's laboratory is colored in purple. I believe Tyrone is the hedgehog they were talking about that was purple. And there's more crazy lore. If you read this note, look at this. The portals are working as I expected. I have been able to travel to one place and another with ease. I'm very excited to see what is on the other side of them. Sorry, I had to do that voice. I'll make sure to save this for when I get back home to Universe MT-01. I'll be visiting PS64 again sometime soon, and in hopes to find out more about this place, Tyrone. Now, what place are they talking about? Well, all I'm saying is it can't be Green Hill. Well, yes, Aaron did hint at it. There's no way it is, considering what crazy lore drop we get here. No, I didn't. I think I finally found a way to fix the corrupt crystal infection in this world. This is looking very promising if this comes out to plan. I sneakily took a quill from someone in my family, and it seems to have neutralized the power of the corrupt crystals when I exposed it to the krill. I assume that with enough voltage it's possible to neutralize the crystal's power, with it possibly losing its ability to corrupt people. I could hopefully save my father if my hypothesis is true. Yeah, that's right. This whole time, he's been doing this to try and save his father, which is kind of sad, right? So now, we have test subject beds over here. And guys, more crazy lore I just realized. If you noticed earlier, the quill in that container was yellow. Now look at this person. They're also yellow. However, I don't think it's from them because they're a bunny, not a hedgehog, so no quills. But yeah. And they seem to be corrupted, which is why they're there. Now, if you go to the Badlands, you'll find more notes from Tyrone, which can help piece together things and make it more confusing at the same time. I believe there's a note somewhere near this area. I kind of forgot. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Okay, we're just gonna ignore the purple Sonic, who's not even purple. They're pink. Ah! Anyway, no offense to that guy. It's just kind of annoying, right? We see pickaxes here, but some infection either stops this place from being habitable and safe to mine in, which would explain why all the pickaxes are here. It's as if people used to live here before getting corrupted. But also, another thing you're gonna want to notice is something literally in freaking Oh my golly jolly! That's a lot of people there. Alright, ignore that. That's not part of the lore, alright? Let's talk to Corrupted Soul. Yeah. Alright. Corrupted Soul gives no other lore that we can know of besides stay away, protect the crystal. I believe maybe they're stuck in an infinite loop of saying something. Who knows? But anyways, yeah. Read this note. I have never seen these crystals in such a large size, aka these ones. Maybe this one is powering something that I'm unsure of. Maybe it's what caused the outbreak. I am unsure whether or not this is the source of the world's downfall. The corrupted crystal holds a lot of unknown power. This might have been too much power for the people to handle. People? They never said any, like, hedgehogs or anything. They said people. Obviously, it could just be residents, but I'm thinking those same people that they mentioned were in the mines, as we saw from the leftover pickaxes. Anyways, yeah, if that is the case, this seems to be something bigger than I expected. I should get back to the campsite as soon as possible so we can explore what we found. Tyrone. So Tyrone has been exploring this world knowing he could get corrupted too. Also, they said Tyrone was a purple hedgehog. I'm just saying, that Corrupted Soul is looking oddly hedgehog-like. But yeah, it's a crazy piece of lore. Let me okay. There you go. I did the glitch. I did the jump glitch. Woo. For no reason, I just got bored. But yeah, right? Now, if we parkour on our way over here, dang it! If we go this way, we can see the campsite. Now, you'll notice the campsite isn't as infected by crystals as the other places. I believe this is because this was the most recent part of the map to get infected by the Badlands virus of infection crystals. Now, if we go to this note, Pyridon and I are settling down for the night as it's been a long day. He seems a bit nervous about something, but he won't tell me what. I think he's just trying to be cautious. I can tell he does care for my safety. He's been wanting to see Xavier again. And I do too. Let's hope we sleep well tonight. From Tyrone. There seems to be a drawing of two characters posed in the air. However, if you look up, yeah, I don't see no drawings now, do we? Either the drawing got taken away, or it's just part of lore. Now, notice how they mentioned two people. Obviously, Xavier could be the sister of Tyrone, but we don't know this as of now. We can only guess based off lore, connections, and plotline. Now, you'll notice how he mentioned another guy who's a he, right? Who's also a he. He as if he had some friend or brother as well. I believe the reason why Tyrone went to the campsite instead of just leaving to mention what they found, and instead of like going to the laboratory that Tyrone literally has, is probably because he felt safe back in the campsite. Why, you may ask, if it's corrupted? Well, like I said, it's not as corrupted with crystals as every other part of the map. There's only 2 crystals at the campsite here, whereas everywhere else there's way more crystals everywhere. And my theory is this was the last place that got corrupted in this corrupted realm, which would explain why Tyrone was safe here before. Maybe it wasn't corrupted when he was first here. And then he went to his laboratory the next day. Who knows? But yeah, that's all the lore I know of. So yeah. My theory is maybe Xavier could be his sister. Who knows? But until then, we have no clue. Oh yeah, we have one extra note. I forgot. I have entered this strange world for the first time. There seems to be these strange purple crystals growing all around. I wonder what they are. They look familiar to me. I am unsure. I may have to take a sample to my laboratory for examination before I continue further. I just hope it's safe. Tyrone. He said they seemed familiar in this note, so I believe that this note was placed here when it was his first time. What in the? Cool. This note has no connection to lore, at least I think, as it's just a note telling us to not bother the devs because this portal is still a work in progress and nothing is there. And honestly, yeah, just don't harass the devs, just wait, just give them 50 years, I swear, and they'll make it. They'll make it. Oh, this is another admin note with no lore reasons at all, with no lore or plot. But yeah. Now, did I mention there's this emerald here? Read this. Corrupt crystal energy extractor. Do not touch. As you can see, unlike all the other crystals that were see-through, including the diamond one, this one is also see-through because they're still working on it. Now, you'll notice something like I did earlier, won't you? If you're someone who pays attention to details, you'll notice these emeralds here are not see-through. Yes, the ones that were uncorrupted and fixed and got turned into positive energy are the ones that aren't see-through. Oh yeah, did I mention there's another note? Sorry if I sound a bit weird, I'm a bit sick. God, it's so unfun. It seems to be a sign-up sheet for test subjects. There is only one name listed. It reads Dusklight. They seem to be a friend. I believe either Zavia or Dusklight could be Tyrone's sister, as Dusklight is the color of light, right? Like light, they have light in their name, and white is pretty bright. It's the brightest color because it's all of the colors, which makes me think that maybe that white hedgehog they mentioned, or sister of his was a little bit more lore related than we thought. Or is, I mean is, not was. So yeah. But you'll notice, we never see Tyrone as an NPC anywhere in his laboratory. But to be fair, I think I know the reason why. I believe the reason why is probably because, well, he was mentioned to have been exploring other places too, not just the Badlands. But you'd think he'd be in his laboratory trying to find a solution, right? All the time. Because it's his biggest problem so far. God, biscuits, that's a lot of people. But wait, there's more notes. More notes, I tell you. You just have to find them. Pretty well. Also, guys, I'm getting hungry to the point where the crystals just look like gummy. What the heck, man? have no other notes here, but notice this place full of crystals and with a chair here as if they're like some king of crystals. I don't just think that this is some random infection that came out of nowhere. No, 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 no. I believe that maybe this is the home of someone who started the infection in the first place. When you think about it, we never hear about how the infection started, just that it started. And sure, we may never know, and maybe it did just appear out of nowhere, but last time I checked, anything is possible, and therefore so is the possibility of someone or something being the reason behind that. Now, you'll notice there's more than one corrupted soul. But that's not what matters right now. We'll talk about that later. This note. This place looks like it hasn't been abandoned a long time ago. Long ago. But there still manages to be power coming from the crystals. Peridot's been pushing me to explore the area more, but I have been telling him to be careful. He's having none of this and really wants me to just keep going. I can tell he is excited to just get this over with. This temple, however, seems to be very interesting. I haven't seen anything like it. It looks completely untouched for a long time. Perhaps this is because of the crystals growing on the inside of it. I will make sure to visit this again when I have the chance to. And sure, maybe that is why the guy left, but when you look at the walls, you'll realize something. These aren't real crystals. That's a painting on the wall. Now, all I'm saying is, maybe it looks untouched, like it has been untouched for years, as a trick to get more people infected or something. Or maybe, just maybe, it used to be owned by some higher power who created the crystal infection. After all, that would explain why there's just a crystal painting there as if they worship the crystal. Now, going back to what I was talking about earlier, there's more than one corrupted soul. There's a Tails corrupted soul too. Corrupted soul, ... you can just leave. That's it. They say nothing. The corrupted souls say nothing because they're corrupted. Now, I have no clue why this is. But after all, we do have an old note here. And maybe, just maybe, since this is one I haven't read, maybe this will be the solution to our confusion. That rhymed. The crystals have been really concerning me. I don't know if these things are even safe for us to use for power. This just doesn't sit right with me. In the morning, I'm going to talk to the head of the village. Meaning that once upon a time, there was once a peaceful village. This was once a based off this, we can tell that this place was once a peaceful village with nothing wrong. But then the crystal infection came in and pulled a Minecraft lava bucket all over the place, bro. All over the village. The way they have handled these things have been making me feel like something bad is going to happen. For now, I will only have to wait and see. I hope for the better. The writer's name is unreadable due to age. We can assume that it's probably not Tyrone based on how they talk. Sure, it's an old note and people can change, but I highly doubt it was Tyrone because Tyrone was less scared of the infection and more scared of his parents being infected. Oh hey, there's another note. I never saw this one. Old note, corrupted crystals infestation. Stay away. That's it. They literally made a garden of crystals, bro. That's how bad the problem is. All I'm saying is this is a bigger problem in the lore of Polysonic Roleplay than most of y'all just simply roleplaying real lives. Y'all probably didn't think much screenshots of it and ignored it, but when you think about it, it's just kind of weird. Alright. I believe that Tyrone maybe got corrupted and turned into a corrupted soul though. Based on the fact that everywhere around every map, we never see an NPC named Tyrone. Based on that, and we never see one named Xavia either. So clearly, there's something else going on than we realize. And I believe maybe Tyrone was already turned into a corrupted soul based on the fact that we never see an NPC with his name anyway. There we go, I'm here. Now there's 3 pieces of paper. Maybe they were gonna plan to write down more stuff. Who knows? Or just draw. Oh my God, bro. This is insane, dude. Okay. Wow, that was the best thing I think I've ever seen. Sarcasm, but that was pretty funny, I gotta say. Now, isn't that just crazy? So far, what we pieced together is that Tyrone could be a corrupted soul, based on the fact that we never found him as an NPC anywhere, and everyone that's named Corrupted Soul is just Corrupted Soul. We never learn their name, and they barely talk. And the only times they do talk, they mention things that don't make much sense. However, it's clear whatever started this infection had no good intentions, probably. Besides my character based off it, but like, I didn't know much about this lore at the time, so just don't worry. But it's clear whoever made aid and started this infection and of crystals had no good intentions, clearly. After all, every corrupted soul, when they're corrupted, just wants the crystals to be safe. Either the crystals were some kind of species that just needed to stay alive, or something more sinister, a corruption with no good intentions. Would that go? Anyways, yeah. Let's try to find more stuff in Green Hill. Jesus Christ. Go! So far, we are not able to find more stuff in Green Hill, not gonna lie to you. Logically, if there wasn't no underwater, it would just disintegrate. So far, I have not been able to find any more notes than the notes I've already shown you guys earlier in the video. But yeah, if y'all feel like piecing together the lore, then go ahead, piece together the lore. It's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult to learn all the lore in this game. Hey, this music kind of vibing though, but with enough time, we will learn the lore of this freaking game. Oh, this is the school. Okay. Now, is there any notes here? No, but there's a green apple. My favorite apple. I'm hungry. Why does this game do this? Green and red apple? No way! Anyway, today's lesson, how to eat cheese. Beautiful lesson if you ask me. Insert lore. Oh god. You're smart. Now you can go on a field trip. Number better than 24. Alright, let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I knew it would be 25. That's a SpongeBob reference. I think I just thought of something funnier than 2024. What, SpongeBob? 2025. That's a SpongeBob reference. Oh my god. However, there's a few more rooms. Let's see if we can find more lore. Nope. Maybe there's lore in the houses. Who knows? Oh heck yeah, playing police on a roleplay. Polysonic roleplay work in progress. I remember when it was work in progress. I think it still is. It just doesn't work in the title anymore. Which is kind of sad, but you know, it's whatever. Guys, I'm a worker trust. Anyway, yeah. Also, if you don't believe me when I mentioned how they mentioned white hedgehog, they do. You a purple hedgehog. Oh yeah, I have seen one earlier, but I don't think he's from around here. I did talk to someone who said was his sister. However, she had white fur, and no offense to her, but she was pretty overweight. That's pretty cool. Ah yes, them being overweight is so cool. I'm sorry, it's just so funny to me when you take that out of context. At least it's not in a bad way, though. Bad kind of context is bad. Sonic 1. Pretty good game choice if you ask me. Richard talk to. If you ask, do you know about the Badlands? Sadly, I don't have a clue. My buddy Aaron at the cafe might know something about it. You can try asking him if you haven't already. Thanks for the info. It's clear not many people in this world even know about the Badlands or what they are. Or what the Badlands is, which clearly means something, dude. clearly the Badlands is such a big issue according to Tyrone, but it's such a small issue too because barely anyone knows about the issue. Could there possibly be more info about it? Well, yes, there could possibly be, but I don't know. There we go. Insert Metro Man music here. I got bored and chose to parkour. And if you really don't believe that there's no NPCs around named Tyrone, then look at this, look at this. I'm so pro that I almost fell off into the lava. Oh my god. I'm still a pro. Still chill. Yeah, see, over here, no NPCs named Tyrone. There is no one in Marvel Zone named Tyrone that I have found. Also, you may notice something. In Mystical Cavern, there is also another type of crystal. These crystals, just like the Badlands ones, are see-through. Listen to the music. Now go to the Badlands. You'll notice that the two melodies both start out the same. Both melodies start the same, just different sounding slightly. My theory is that these crystals are the complete opposite of the negative ones. Now, why do I believe this? Well, look at the crystals. They're positive. And you'll notice, not a single note in sight. There was way more notes in the Badlands than there probably are here. My theory is that maybe Tyrone didn't think much about this place because this place wasn't corrupted by anything and wasn't corrupting anything. And here's a side-by-side next to these crystals. So my theory is that those crystals aren't just any crystals. This crystal is positive energy crystal. We see in one of the notes mentioned in the Badlands in Tyrone's factory that they mentioned how they can remove the negative energy from the crystals. The negative energy? Excuse me? It's so negative it corrupts people and makes them corrupted. But look at this. You don't see a single soul corrupted by this crystal. I believe this crystal is the complete opposite kind of crystal to the crystals in the Badlands. I believe this one is made of positive energy. Yeah. As that would make a ton of sense because we never see these crystals mentioned before. And sure, maybe I could be wrong about these crystals being positive. Maybe they're just a different colored variant or something. And considering that the game is still work in progress. But the fact that no NPCs have been corrupted by these crystals, only the purple ones, It's kind of alarming, ain't it? I believe in later updates, maybe, just maybe, Taiwan will explore this place, find these positive crystals, and maybe use them to try and stop the Badlands corruption. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thank you for watching. Fire, I know, that was such a peak outro. But yeah, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thank you for watching.